Bruchim Habayim once again to our Kolel, Ahavat Yisrael. We're going to be doing a 2 or possibly 3 sessions on Hallchot Purim, and the learning today is being learned the Refuah Shalema of Baruch Chai ben Chaya Miriam, Ephraim ben Devorah, Noah bat Ortal, Eliezer ben Leah, Yaakov ben Genya, and Flori bat Rachel. Refuah Shlema. Amen. We're starting the Hallchot Purim a little bit early this year, and there's much reason for that. It says that that 30 yom kodem hachag lomdim b'hilchot hachag, that 30 days before every holiday, a full month beforehand, we're supposed to be learning about that holiday. And the reason for that is many, and there's the deeper meaning is that the influence of every chag that we have is already in the air. The feeling is in the air. The what we get, the holiness and the what we get for our neshama is already there and visible for us for the taking 30 days beforehand. It's especially the case in Chodesh Adar for Purim, like we say, Misha Nichnas Adar. Already, we don't wait until Purim. We have already 2 weeks before Purim. We have Rosh Chodesh Adar, and that's when the Simcha begins. So it's not that makes it not that far away. Rosh Chodesh Adar is Wednesday, February 26th this year. That's Rosh Chodesh Adar, and the Monday, March 9th is Tanit Esther. That's the Erev Purim, and Purim will be on Tuesday, March 10th, B'ezrat Hashem, B'simcha Gdola. I wanted to give a little introduction about the like we're saying the 30 days before the Chag. So my Rav Cantor said over very interestingly that it says in the Gemara in Masechet Megillah on Daf Daled, and in many places in the Megillah we talk about the aniyim. The big thing, there's a big simcha aniyim, the poor people, that this is their day of glory. This is their big day. It says mipnei she'eineihem shel aniyim nisuot lemikra Megillah, that the eyes of the poor people are waiting and destined and waiting eagerly for the Mikra Megillah. And these are halakhot that they talk about when to give the money, the money for the poor people, the machatzita shekel that we're going to learn B'ezrat Hashem, that we give money to, we donate, we give money, and the money is given over to the poor people. So when should it be given over? So they say makdimim, so we give it to them right away. We take it, we collect it the same day, and we give it over the same day. The poor people are waiting for this money. They're waiting for the Purim, for the Megillah, because that's when kaviyachol they become rich. So he says that everything that it says in the Gemara, we have on the physical level, and we have also on the spiritual level, as we all know. So the poor people, when the Torah talks about poor, it says ein ani ela misha ani b'Torah, that there's no poor person. A poor person, of course, we're talking about giving over the money and the donations to the poor people. That's talking about actual people who don't have money, but generally, the Gemara is teaching us a much bigger lesson, that the poor people is really the people that are not involved in learning Torah, and they're not involved in mitzvot, or they are involved, but not as much as they could be possibly, and they're not reaching their full potential. Someone who's not reaching this potential is considered ani. He's considered he's still poor. He has a way to go in order to reach his potential and become rich. So Marav said over that since we have, if you look at the Galgal Hashana, if you look at the way that the year and the holidays of the year go, so we have the high holidays. We have Rosh Elul, Chodesh Elul, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur. That's the height of our elevation of the whole year. Immediately after the high holidays, we have Mar Cheshvan. Mar Cheshvan is we're thrown from the high holidays to no holidays. It's almost every month in the year actually has some either a holiday or a fast day. And fasting day is also almost like a holiday. We gather in the Beit Knesset and we do tshuva. But Chodesh Cheshvan has nothing, has no fast day and no holiday, and so it's like considered Mar Cheshbon, like bitter or dark, and we're waiting, and then we have Chanukah. Chanukah gives us back our light, a little bit of light back, the back into our lives that we had from Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We had the light of Hashem, and then the after Chanukah, so the light kind of diminishes, and we go back to our own time. And Chazal explained that this is a time, this is the time that the Yetzer Hara is tokef, that the evil side of us has some kind of overpowering capabilities more than the rest of the year, and we end up getting into a kind of a web, like a spider web of a not good situation spiritually, and as we get in, as we do something, because Aveira goreret Aveira, we have one thing goes to the next, and then we get almost like a spider that's trapped in a web, and he can't free himself. Ein hasur matir atzmo mibeit hasurim. We said a person who's in prison, in jail, he's not able to get himself out of jail. He needs someone else to come and help and take him out. So say the same thing with us when we get entangled in the Yetzer Hara, in the Tumah, in the things that we're not supposed to be doing, or not even that we're not doing enough learning or enough mitzvot that we should or that we want to be doing. So we get entangled. And when a person is entangled, whether physically in an actual jail, in a prison, or he's entangled spiritually, so we need someone else. And in this case, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when the Rav said, when does this happen? This happens actually Erev Pesach, the Leila Seder. When we sit down on Passover, on the night of Passover, that is the night. That's the Leil Shimurim. That's the Chag HaGeula. That's the complete Geula where we're redeemed. Hashem takes us out. He grabs us just like He did in Mitzrayim. In Egypt, He took us and He grabbed us and He took us out from Mitzrayim. The same thing He does to us every year spiritually on the night of Pesach. So why am I talking about Pesach? We just missed Purim. So Purim is actually 30 days, exactly 30 days before Pesach. We have Yud Dalet, and we're learning Tet Vav, and there's different halakhot that apply because of the similarity. So we just said that the aura of the Chag, the atmosphere, the nutrients and the spirituality of every Chag is there 30 days beforehand. So if you go 30 days, if Pesach is the day of Geula, so 30 days beforehand, that's Purim. So right away on Purim, we have the initial Geula of the Chag HaPesach of Mitzrayim, and we feel it as a poor person, the poor person that's inside of us, and all of us, the part that we can do better. Immediately when Purim comes in, we have the Eineim Shel Aniyim Nesuot LeMikra Megillah, that all of our eyes are turned towards the Purim and turned towards the Mikra Megillah. That's when we begin. That's when we begin to get enlightened, and that's when the Geula of the whole year begins. So let us start. And we're learning today. We're learning the Hilchot Purim from the Sefer Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We've learned from the Sefer before several times. If you have a Kitzur Shulchan Aruch at home, you can follow along. We're on Siman Kuf Mem Aleph and Hilchot Megillah. So today we're going to be learning the Hilchot Megillah, and then on the next shiur we'll learn about the Hilchot Purim, Hilchot Mishloach Manot, Ish L'Reyehu, that was the Mishloach Manot, and the Matanot Le'Evyonim, and the Seudot, the meals that we have on Purim. Those we'll do on the next shiur. Today we'll be focusing on mostly on Mikra Megillah. So here we have Siman Aleph, right away, Mishanichnas Adar, Marbim B'Simcha, that's right away, Rosh Chodesh Adar. A person's attitude, a person changes to if we're having bad times or having a tough time, right when Adar comes in, we enter a month of Simcha, of happiness, and we can feel it and we can see it. V'Yisrael sheyesh lo din udvarim. So we explained that why we explained the Simcha of Chodesh Adar, that Purim is coming and our Geula is coming, our day of enlightenment and celebration for their neshama is coming very soon. It's coming already 2 weeks from Rosh Chodesh Adar. And the whole Chodesh Adar, actually, which is another reason we're learning early beforehand, because a person needs to know that the entire Chodesh Adar is special. It's a month of Simcha. Yisrael sheyesh lo dinu dvarim im goy yishpot imo b'chodesh zeh. So a person has any kind of arguments with a non-Jew, any kind of court cases, any kind of those kind of things. This is the time, Chodesh Adar. As soon as Chodesh Adar comes, that's the time to do it. There are other months in the year that we say don't. It's not a good time to take to handle or a case with a non-Jew or those kind of things. But this is exactly the time to do that. Siman Beit. Or Seif Beit, I'm sorry. בימי מרדכי ואסתר נקהלו היהודים ב-13 לחודש אדר, לעמוד על נפשם ולקיים מאויביהם, והיו צריכים לבקש רחמים מאת השם. So we know we're not going to say the whole story of Purim and the insights and the Kabbalah and the mystery. I'm sure we'll have the Kollel come look to the Kollel to have more shiurim on Purim, on the deeper meanings of Purim and the story of Purim. Where this shiur is focusing on Hilchot Purim, on the Halakhot. So it was a long time of difficult times in the times of Mordechai and Esther. For years it continued on, and then in the year of Purim, in the time of Purim, in the 13th day of Adar, that was when they stood up Lamud al Nafshom Lekanem to take revenge from their enemies. And they had to ask for Hashem rachamim. They had to turn to like every time when a Jew needs help, what does he do? So harinius marai chashmeini et kolech. They take the maseh avotenu b'yadenu, and just like every time in the midbar, every time when Amalek came and said, the Bnei Yisrael look to Hashem, we look to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we ask for His mercy, and that's what they did on the 13th day of Adar. ומצינו כשאשר היו ישראל במלחמה, התענו שיעזרם השם, and like we find in the times of war, when the Jews are at war and they need help from Hashem, what do? They fasted. Shi'azreim Hashem, so Hashem should help them. Hashem will see these people are all fasting. They didn't have a good breakfast to go to war. That means that they are very weak in the war, and they're not gonna. How would you win the war if you don't have your nutrition and you've fasted the whole day? So Hashem sees this, that they're fasting, that they're showing that it's not their koach, it's not their power that's going to win the war. That Hashem will win them the war. Hashem says, "Ani yilachem lachem." Hashem yilachem lachem. Atem tachrishuna. Hashem will fight for you. So that's what they do. That's what the Jews do when they go to war. They fast. They put the talit and the tefillin, and they're weak, but they're close. They're connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem helps them. So we see that's what they did in the times of war. V'gam Moshe Rabbeinu alav hashalom bayom shenilcham im Amalek hitana. It says, the Gemara brings down that the day that the fight, the war with Amalek, that it says in the Torah, that the war of Amalek, we say Moshe Rabbeinu fasted. Moshe Rabbeinu fasted on that day. And so we have to say also that on that day that Esther went into to Vakesh Rachamim from the toughest situation that could be, they also fasted. And since then, so the whole Bnei Yisrael, all the Jewish people, accepted upon themselves the day before Purim for Ta'anit Esther. This is called the fast of Esther. To remember, to remind us that Hashem sees and He hears our davening, He hears our tefillos of each person. Every time you have a Eitz Hara, every time something's going not correct, so we ask Hashem, and Hashem is there, and He saves us every time. When a person fasts and he does tshuva to Hashem, for sure, then Hashem will answer him. Just like Hashem did for our fathers in those days of Purim. So he says here, the Kitzur says here, this we have fast days throughout the year, the five fasts. So we have. So this is not like the other four fasts. It's not as strict as when it comes to fasting as the other as the other 4 fasts. And therefore, someone who is like women who are either pregnant women or they're nursing women, those people, or or even a person he's a little bit sick, he doesn't know if he should fast. If he could fast, all these people, if they have a tough time, they shouldn't fast. And he says the Mishnah Berurah brings over here that actually the pregnant and nursing women don't fast at all when it comes to the Ta'anit Esther. And a pregnant woman that for the first 30 days, And again, the Mishnah Berurah says, Yoledet eno mitanaf ksheina mitzeret yoledet, a woman that gave birth over the 30 days ago, for the last 30 days, and it does not fast, and nursing. So someone who's just nursing, but they have no problem with fasting, Ta'anit Esther. So these kind of people, they have to ask the rabbi, do I have to fast? Should I fast or not? So, but nevertheless, we see that this fast is a little bit less strict than the other fasts. Or a chatan, someone who's getting married, someone who got married, he has the 7 days of simcha, 7 days that he celebrates. So during those 7 days, if it becomes Ta'anit Esther, he would not, the Chatan would not fast. But afterwards he should fast a different day. So a Chatan, he gets off easy on the Ta'anit Esther, but it's not so easy because he's going to have to make it up on a different day. That's what he says here. But what about other people? You should not separate. A person should not say, okay, you see a chatan, he can eat today, and he'll fast a different day. Maybe I'll do the same thing. It's Purim. I want to be happy. I want to, they have the music playing. Whatever it is, he has to also fast. He's not allowed to push off the fast to a different day. A normal person. Even a person's traveling on a plane or whatever, he's a person traveling, and it's difficult to fast. He only has much nutrition. He has a little sandwich, so he thinks maybe he should eat, and he'll fast a different day. No, that's the day to fast. Even a traveler should fast on the day of Ta'anit Esther, which we said is this month, Monday, March 9th, the day before Purim, March 10th. Sif Gimel. B'yom Yud Daled B'Adar Hu Purim. So the day of Purim is Yud Daled Adar, the 14th day of Adar, and like we said, Tuesday, March 10th on our calendar, on the non-Jewish calendar. V'imchal Purim b'yom Aleph. What if Purim comes out on a Sunday? Like not this year. This year it's going to be on a Tuesday. But what about a year that it comes out on a Sunday? That's what this is talking about. Makdim litanot b'yom Hey. So when should you fast? When should you fast? It's Purim. Guys, when should you fast? If Purim is going to be on Sunday, so the day before, we fast the day before. When should you fast? So then when would it be? So you say Saturday can't. We're not going to fast Shabbat. What about Friday? So they said also Friday, it's people who are getting ready for Shabbat. Let's fast on Thursday, and that's what he says. So he says, that we fast. The fast would be then on Thursday. ואם יש אז ברית מילה יעשו את הסעודה בלילה ועל הסנדק ואבי הבן, זה הלכות for somebody who has a brit milah in that situation. מותרים לאכול ביום ואין צריכים מתנות ביום ו'. So the in that case the sandak of the brit milah and the avi ben would not have to make up the fast on Friday. Why? But aval adam acher sheshachach ve'achal b'yom hey yitaneh b'yom vav. So here we have, what if a person Thursday either he forgot that it's Ta'anit Esther, or he decided he's breaking the fast, whatever, he's not going to fast today, so he still has the next day Vav, which is the real day, the Friday before Sunday, which is before Purim, so he should fast on Friday. So if he got off easy on Thursday and he broke the fast for some reason, so it says sheshachach. That means that he forgot to fast on the Thursday, and he ate on Thursday. The person who ate on that Thursday, which was Tanit Esther on Thursday, he must make it up. Yitaneh b'yom vav. He must make it up the next day on the Friday. Dalet. L'chvod ha-Megillah yesh l'bosh b'gdei Shabbat mi ba'erev. So, the night of the Megillah, the night that we read the Megillah on Leil Purim, so a person should be wearing, and here we go, we have the similar dinim that we learned about on the Hallchot Shabbat, of the necessary preparation for a Chag, or for any holy, any spiritual, every Chag requires, Davar shebikdusha, everything holy requires preparation. So there should be the necessary preparation should be in place before Purim. You shouldn't come home. We'll see. So he says, don't run out of the house and forget to change and put on your nice clothing. You should put on your nice clothing, your big day Shabbat. He says your big day Shabbat. That's what we were on Purim. So you have two options. It looks like you can either wear your costume on Purim, or if you're not wearing a costume, you shouldn't just be wearing your regular jeans, your regular clothes that you wear during the week. You should wear your big day Shabbat. People light candles in the house on Purim all day long, and it's the holiness and the spirituality of the day is tremendous, and we show that in the way that we dress as well. So we're wearing big day Shabbat or a costume. So just like we said on Shabbat, we said here also on Purim, when you come home from shul, don't come home from Purim from after. Okay, you fasted the whole day. And then you heard the Megillah, you had the big simcha in the Beit Knesset, and now you come home and the house needs to be cleaned up. We need to put the tablecloth. We need to put on the different things. We need to set up and start. You come home and you start setting up. It doesn't feel like Purim anymore. You just got out of Beit Knesset. So he says here, the halacha she'avomu beit Knesset yimtza beito. You should have, when you come home from shul on the night of Purim, you should have the candles. Some candles should be lit. These are not candles. We don't make a bracha on these candles. These are just candles that are spiritual. That they show that it's a spiritual day. The Shulchan Aruch, the tablecloth should be set beforehand. Mitamutzat, the beds should be made. The house should be clean. Everything should be nice for Chag Purim. And it should all be made beforehand, because if you do it beforehand, then you feel, like we're saying, you feel even 30 days, even the whole Chodesh Adar, you feel the atmosphere of Purim. So the more a person prepares for it, and if a person prepares his home, and the home feels like a Purim house, you go into a house, in many houses you go a day, 2 days, 3 days, sometimes before Purim, you see the whole house feels like Purim, because Purim is coming, you can feel it. They have the Mishloach Manot all over the place, and the gifts, and the wine, and the money, and the candies, the music, all these things help, and they bring in the feeling of the Chag, and it's very, very important that we do these things beforehand, and we have them in mind. Arvit la'achar Shmona Esrei omrim Kaddish Alem im titkabel v'korim ta Megillah. So when we go to Ma'ariv after the fast of Tanit Esther, we go to Ma'ariv and we daven Arvit to Shmona Esrei. We say the tefillah, and then the Shliach Tzibur says Kaddish Alem im titkabel with the full Kaddish, and then right away we take out the Megillah and we start to read the Megillah. Achar kach omrim ve'ata kadosh. And then after the Megillah, we say Ata Kadosh, and the different tefillot that we say in Ma'ariv after the tefillah. After the Megillah. See, if hey, how are we doing? On
253.
Okay, so maybe we'll continue a little bit, and then we'll finish these next time. סעיף ה' נוהגים ליתן קודם פורים מחצית מן המטבע הקבוע באותו מקום ובאותו זמן לזכר מחצית השקל. So we have in the Torah and Chumash that all of Bnei Israel, Hashem commanded Moshe and Ki Tisad Bnei Israel that a special mitzvah to take a machatzit shekel. And so what's going to be with this mitzvah that Moshe Rabbeinu asked everyone give half a shekel so he could count. That's how we counted the Jews, and all that money went to the tzedakah. So how do we don't want to lose the mitzvah. Chazal made this mitzvah that we continue, and we copy the mitzvah, and we do this on Tanit Esther, on the day before Purim. שנותנים באדר לצורך קורבנות הציבור, מנהג ליתן ג' מחציות, משום דפרשת כי תשא כתיב ג' פעמים תרומה. So it says 3 times the word truma. That's why we say 3 coins. That's why we give 3 coins. What kind of coins? Half a dollar. So there's 3 half-a-dollar coins that would be in a basket in the shul that you go to in the mincha, when you go to daven mincha at the Ta'anit Esther, and you should see the plates at the Beit Knesset, and you should see 3 coins. So you pick up those 3 coins, you buy it, it's $1.50. You buy the 3, you can take out a bill, $1 bill, and whatever, and put in a couple bucks, and you buy the 3 coins, the $1.50, and you pick up the 3 coins, and you put down. That's called you gave the 3 coins. And those coins are all given out to poor people. Katan patur. What about someone who's a child? Does a child have to give them a chatzita shekel? So he says no, he's patur. But if his father gave the machatzita shekel, he says, I'm going to give $1.50 of my machatzita shekel for me, and I'm giving another machatzita shekel for my son, even though he didn't have to. But if he does it one time, then he has to. Some say that he has to always continue to do that. What about a bar mitzvah boy, someone who is 13 years old already? Some people say he's also chayav. So you have to be, for machatzita shekel, you have to be 13 years old or 20 years old. So yeshom de chayav. Some say the bar mitzvah is already chayav. Yeshom de patur. Some say no, ad sheyeh ben esrim, that until he is 20 years old. Minag, but says the Mishnah Berurah over here that the minag, our minag is liten afilu ba'ad banav aktanim, that we give the machatzita shekel also for our children, even our small children, even a 6-year-old. We give machatzita shekel for everyone in the house. Even a child who's not even born yet, is about to be born, b'mazal tov, even for the child inside the stomach, we give. He says, the Mishnah Berurah says that we give the machatzita shekel. That's our minhag. We give for everybody. So we're going to stop here, and thank you very much for joining. Until the next time, we hope to see you soon.